is a severe weather alert.
We've got severe thunderstorm warnings in place for Queensland and New South Wales tonight. Severe weather warnings in place for Queensland as well, and a tropical cyclone hanging out in the Coral Sea that now looks like it could be making its way towards Queensland towards the back of the week. Let's kick things off with our storms, though, and they're looking pretty ominous as they pushed over Port Douglas. Now, the warning with these storms, damaging winds, and we've definitely been seeing some strong winds being whipped up. Check this out as it made its way over Ellis Beach. Now, in Cairns, we saw those winds gusting to 80 kilometres per hour over the course of the afternoon. We also saw 7 millimetres of rain coming down in just 10 minutes. Let's check the storms out on the radar imagery, and you can see those big ones just making their way to the north of Cairns and some more pushing through. We actually saw 52 millimetres coming down at Camarunga as a result of these storms, and when they moved over Cairns, the temperature dropped 6 degrees in 3 minutes at the racecourse there. We are seeing heatwave conditions over parts of the Queensland tropics, so a storm like this will really plummet temperatures down, and they are still tracking further to the north, so making their way over up towards Cooktown. Now, severe thunderstorm warning area has contracted a little bit further to the north, so we're seeing it still extending down to around Mount Garnet and up to north to Daintree. Within this, we are anticipating we could continue to see damaging winds over the next few hours. So those are winds gusting in excess of 90 kilometres per hour associated with this storm activity. When we check out the satellite imagery, you can see a bit of lightning flaring up over the north, and you can see a band of cloud moving over New South Wales. This is associated with the cool change that moved over Sydney just before 11 o'clock this morning. You could also see the swirl of Oma hanging out in the Coral Sea, and that is what is pushing in a strong easterly swell towards the Queensland coastline. We've got hazardous surf warnings in place from parts of the Carpentaria coast down to the New South Wales border. And we're also seeing abnormally high tides. The large surf and the big tides definitely caught the driver of this car off guard. They've lost the windshield and had to get the vehicle towed away as we saw that tide coming in very quickly with quite large waves. We've also seen some other rescues associated with this system. When we have a look at this image behind me, you can see just how quickly this car became inundated. The driver wouldn't have been going into waters that deep. Now, as we have a look at what's happening, you've got Oma sitting out here, currently just moving past New Caledonia, and with that we are seeing that large swell being pushed into the coastline, and we could see those waves 3 to 5 metres, potentially even 8 metres or more if we see this system tracking closer to the coast as we head into the weekend. Let's have a look at it now. Here's Oma, and we are now anticipating that the path of this system is going to make its way towards Australia and could even potentially make landfall on the Queensland coast. Here's what the Bureau of Meteorology had to say about it when I asked them just a short time ago.
It's expected to continue moving towards the southwest. However, from around about Thursday evening into Friday, it's quite uncertain its path. There's still a chance it could go southeast, but latest model guidance suggests it's most likely to take more of a west to northwesterly track, heading towards the Queensland coast. It's a bit too far out at this stage to say whether it will make a coastal crossing. However, most models are indicating approaching the coast and potentially moving parallel to the southern Queensland coast.
Now, that's going to bring some very strong winds, some large surf and coastal erosion if that is indeed what happens, and it could even still be at cyclone strength if it does cross, and if it doesn't diminish before then. We are expecting it to weaken even if that happens, but it could still go in the other direction. Now, our severe weather warning is in place for abnormally high tides, and that's extending all the way from parts of Fraser Island down to the New South Wales border as well. As we have a look at what's going on in New South Wales, well, we have seen storms moving through the state associated with our cold front, and just ahead of it, we're still seeing them impacting over parts of the Hunter. We saw about 5 millimetres of rain coming down with storms around Cessnock, and we are seeing those storms moving over the mid-north coast, and this is where we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in place tonight. The warning with these storms, damaging winds and large hailstones, and they're for a region taking in Gloucester. When we have a look at what's on the way for the next few hours, well, we're going to continue to see those showers in the wake of our front, and when we get to Wednesday morning, still some showers impacting on southern parts of New South Wales and the chance of storms, particularly up around that area to the north of the Hunter. We're still in drought conditions, and it's still hot and dry over northern New South Wales and around Tenterfield, smoky as we continue to have those large fires burning in the north of New South Wales. Now, we had elevated fire danger today, and it's once again in place tomorrow. Note southern parts of New South Wales are seeing that yellow shading, that very high fire danger going away because the cool change is coming through, but we're not going to see that dip in temperature reaching the north, so very high once again. And also for southeast Queensland, we do have heatwave conditions impacting on much of eastern Queensland at the moment. Temperatures across the country, we're talking about that heat wave. It's still 38 degrees right now in Longreach, but milder in Sydney, 21 degrees after getting to 31 degrees before the change came through. And it's been quite a cool day for you in Melbourne. You're only a couple of degrees below the maximum you reached earlier today. And in the west, beautiful in Perth, just shy of 30 degrees right now.